My wife took up private dance lessons. Just for fun, she said. But one night, she came home with bruised lips and a guilt-ridden look. Suspicious, I showed up at her studio the next day. As the music played, I watched from the shadows as her instructor pulled her clothes too close. My chest tightened as he whispered, "Same time tomorrow?" That night, I handed her a gift box. She opened it, and inside was a hidden camera. This was in the studio. Her face went white. I leaned in and whispered, "So, should we watch the footage together?" She burst into tears as the screen lit up. I never thought I'd be sharing something like this, but here I am. I guess I just need to get it off my chest and maybe find some clarity. My name's Daniel, 42, living in Chicago. I've been married to my wife, Laura, for 15 years. We have 2 kids, a boy and a girl, aged 10 and 8. Life's been pretty routine. Work, family, the usual. Laura's always loved dancing. Before we had kids, she was part of a local dance group. After the kids came along, she put that on hold to focus on them. Recently, she mentioned wanting to get back into it, said it would be good for her. I was all for it. Everyone needs something they love. She found this dance studio downtown, Chicago Dance Studio on Huron Street. They offer private lessons, and she was excited to start. Her instructor, Alex, came highly recommended. He's known for his skills and has a solid reputation in the dance community. Laura started attending lessons twice a week in the evenings. At first, everything seemed great. She was happier, more energetic. She'd come home after her lessons, glowing and eager to talk about what she'd learned. I was genuinely happy for her. But then, things started to change. She began dressing up more for her lessons. Makeup, outfits she hadn't worn in years. When I asked about it, she said she wanted to feel good about herself again. Fair enough, I thought. Then came the late nights. Her lessons were supposed to end at 9 p.m., but she'd often get home closer to 11. She always had reasons, extra practice, grabbing a bite with fellow dancers. I wanted to believe her, but something felt off. One night, she came home with bruised lips and a distant look. I asked what happened. She hesitated, then said she had a minor fall during practice. My gut told me there was more to it. The next day, I decided to see for myself. I left work early and went to the studio. I didn't tell Laura. I just wanted to observe. The studio has large windows, so I found a spot where I could watch without being seen. As the music played, I saw Laura and Alex dancing. They were close. Too close. His hands lingered on her waist, their faces just inches apart. It didn't look like a typical dance lesson. Then, as the session ended, I saw Alex lean in and whisper something to her. She nodded, a small smile on her face. I couldn't hear the words, but I could read his lips. Same time tomorrow? My heart sank. I felt a mix of anger, betrayal, and heartbreak. I didn't confront them. I went home, my mind racing. That night, I gave Laura a small gift box. She looked surprised but took it with a smile. As she opened it, her face went pale. Inside was a hidden camera. "This was in the studio," I said quietly. Her eyes widened in shock. "Daniel," I leaned in, my voice barely above a whisper. "So, should we watch the footage together?" Tears welled up in her eyes as she broke down, sobbing uncontrollably. She confessed to everything. The late nights, the lies, the affair. She said it started innocently, that she never meant for it to go this far. But the connection with Alex was undeniable, and one thing led to another. I was devastated. The woman I loved and trusted for over a decade had betrayed me. The foundation of our marriage crumbled in an instant. We decided to seek counseling, both individually and as a couple. It was a grueling process, filled with painful conversations and introspection. Trust, once broken, is incredibly hard to rebuild. There were days I thought we'd never make it through. But over time, we began to heal. Laura cut all ties with Alex in the dance studio. She focused on our family, making amends in every way she could. I won't say things are perfect now, but we're in a better place. The scars remain, but we're learning to move forward, one day at a time. To anyone reading this, if you ever find yourself in a similar situation, know that you're not alone. Betrayal cuts deep, but with effort, understanding, and time, healing is possible. Trust your instincts, communicate openly, and seek help when needed. After Laura broke down and confessed, she kept saying it was over. That she ended it before I ever found out. Said she felt guilty every time she came home. She cried a lot those days, begging me not to tell the kids, not to leave. She swore it was a mistake, that it only happened a few times. I didn't say much. I just listened. But the thing is, something didn't add up. You don't get bruised lips from just dancing. You don't show up late over and over if it's just guilt keeping you from cheating again. And honestly, that few times sounded like a lie wrapped in desperation. A week later, I went through her phone. I know, not proud. But I had to. She didn't change her passcode. Either she wanted me to find something or she thought I wouldn't look. I found deleted messages. Not many, but one was enough. The phone has that recently deleted folder. And there it was, from 2 days before her confession. Alex, you didn't have to leave like that. Call me if you want to talk. I miss you already. That few times wasn't in the past. It was still happening right before she got caught. I didn't confront her immediately. I needed more. So I waited. She told me she was going to her friend Anna's house to help her pack for a move. I smiled, told her to take her time. An hour later, I drove to the studio. And guess what? Her car was parked out back. I didn't walk in. I just sat there in the car, hands gripping the wheel, watching the front door. Every time it opened, my heart jumped. But no Laura. No Alex either. After another hour, I couldn't take it anymore. I walked around the back. There was a side door, employees and instructors only. I stood there for maybe 5 minutes, unsure. Then the door opened. It was Alex. He looked surprised, then nervous. His shirt was half-buttoned, hair messy. He mumbled something like, "Hey, man," trying to walk past me. I blocked him. "She's here, isn't she?" He didn't answer. I said, "She's here, isn't she?" Still nothing. Then I heard her voice. From inside. "Alex? Who's at the door?" She stepped into the hallway. Saw me. Froze. Her face turned white. I didn't yell. I didn't say a word. Just turned around and walked away. She came home that night sobbing. Said it was a mistake. Said she went there to end it face to face and get closure. Closure, my ass. She was in there for 2 hours. With him. Alone. She begged me not to throw away 15 years. Said she loved me. That he meant nothing. I told her to sleep in the guest room. I couldn't even look at her. The next day, she packed a bag and left. Said she was giving me space. I didn't argue. I was too numb. That same night, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Alex's girlfriend. Apparently, she found out everything too. Through his messages, through his lies. She'd been watching the same way I had. Said she thought I should know Alex has done this before. With other women. With married women. She even offered to meet up and compare notes. I didn't say yes right away. But I couldn't ignore it either. Because here's the thing. If Laura wasn't his first, and probably not the last, what does that say about her? Was she just a mistake he preyed on? Or was she just like him? I don't know what to believe anymore. I'm not sure if this marriage is something I can or even should try to fix. But one thing's for sure, this story isn't over yet. Let me know if anyone's still reading. I've got more. And yeah, it gets worse. So after Alex's girlfriend, her name's Mia, by the way, called me, I agreed to meet her. We sat at this little diner near Lakeview. She looked tired, worn down, like someone who'd cried more in the last week than most people do in a year. We talked for 2 hours. Compared timelines. Cross-checked dates. And what we found. There was overlap. Turns out, while Laura was sneaking around with Alex behind my back, he was doing the same thing to Mia with another woman. And here's the real kicker. Mia found pictures. Not just of Alex with my wife, but of Alex and Laura and this third woman. Together. Yeah, together. I won't spell it out, but use your imagination. One photo showed Laura and this other woman sitting on Alex's lap at the same time. Another? A blurry mirror pic of the three of them in a hotel room. Laura was wearing that same red top she once said she lost at the laundry. Mia was done, obviously. She was moving out, dumping him, going to stay with her sister in Michigan. She offered to send me the photos. I told her yes. Later that night, I sat alone in the living room with my laptop, just staring at those images. My hands were shaking. I couldn't breathe right. It was like my whole marriage had been turned into a joke, some sick, pathetic game. And then, Laura texted me. She asked if she could come by to pick up a few things. Said she'd be quick. I told her fine. I didn't tell her about the photos. When she showed up, she looked rough. No makeup, messy bun, wearing the hoodie I got her on our 10th anniversary. She barely made eye contact. Collected her clothes, some notebooks, her laptop charger. Then she paused at the door. "I'm sorry," she said. "I know sorry doesn't mean much, but I am." I said nothing. I was trying not to explode. Then she said something I didn't expect. I think I might be pregnant. I stared at her. What? I'm late. A few days. I haven't tested yet, but her voice trailed off. It felt like the air got sucked out of the room. I asked her the only question that mattered. Is it mine? She didn't answer right away. That silence told me more than words could. I felt my legs go weak. You don't know, do you? I finally said. She just stood there, staring at the floor. And then, the rage hit. Not loud. Not screaming. Just cold. Heavy. I told her to leave. I told her not to come back until she had answers. The next morning, she sent me a photo of a positive test. No words. Just the test. And then? Radio silence. 2 days passed. 3. Nothing. No calls, no texts. Her phone went straight to voicemail. I tried her sister, her mom. Nobody knew where she was. Or maybe they were lying for her. I didn't know what to believe anymore. Then Mia texted me. Have you heard from Laura? I said no. And she just replied, I think you need to check this. She sent me a screenshot from Alex's Instagram. He'd gone private after things blew up, but Mia had another account he hadn't blocked. There he was. Alex. In Miami. At a beach bar. With Laura. Drinks in hand. Smiling. Like nothing ever happened. Caption? Fresh start palm tree. I stared at that screen for a long time. My wife. Or ex-wife. Or whatever she is now, pregnant, maybe carrying his child, ran off with him. So yeah, I still don't know how this ends. I don't even know where to begin picking up the pieces. All I know is this. I spent 15 years thinking I knew the person I married. And it turns out, she was a stranger the whole time. And if that baby is mine, God help us all. About a week after that Miami post, I got a call from Laura's sister, Natalie. She sounded panicked. She's back in Chicago, she said. And she's not okay. I asked what happened. Natalie said Laura and Alex got into a huge fight. Something about money, control, him texting that third woman again. Laura came back with a black eye and no money. She told Natalie she was going to tell me the truth, finally. I didn't want to hear it, but I knew I had to. We met at a quiet park near the lake. Same place we used to bring the kids when they were toddlers. Now we stood there, older, angrier, broken people. She looked tired. Not in a dramatic way, just drained. Eyes puffy, skin pale, hair pulled back like she didn't care. She got right into it. Said the baby might be mine, but she honestly didn't know because it wasn't just Alex. There had been others, short things, mostly when she traveled for work, or said she was at friends' houses. One of them was from her old job. One was a guy from her yoga group. The baby could be any of theirs. I felt the world go still. And then she said the part that cut the deepest. I don't know why I did it, she said. I just felt like I was disappearing. I didn't feel wanted. I felt like someone's wife, someone's mom. But I didn't feel like me. I know it's no excuse. I know I'm the bad guy. I just wanted to feel something. I looked at her. Really looked. And I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I was just done. I spent 15 years giving you everything, I said. And when things got hard, you ran off to find yourself in the arms of other men. And now you want what? Forgiveness? Closure? She broke down then, right there in the park, crying like her soul had cracked. I don't want anything from you, she said. I just wanted to say it out loud. I wanted you to know the truth. And I wanted to tell you I'm keeping the baby. I just nodded. And I walked away. The next few weeks were strange. Everyone found out. Family, friends, neighbors. Word spreads fast when your marriage falls apart in spectacular fashion. Some blamed her, others whispered about me behind my back. I got weird looks at the grocery store, fake sympathy at work. Her mom called me crying, saying she didn't raise her daughter to be this way. Her best friend, Lisa, told me she always suspected something. My own brother said, at least now you know who she really is. It didn't help. What helped was time. And quiet. And learning how to be alone again. I filed for divorce. No drama. Just paperwork. She kept the apartment. I moved into a rental closer to my office. The kids, well, that's the hardest part. We're figuring it out. I see them every weekend. We don't talk about mom much. Not yet. I still don't know if the baby is mine. She offered to do a paternity test after it's born. I said yes. But I also told her this. If it's mine, I'll be there. But not for you. Not ever again. It's been 3 months since that park conversation. And I'll be honest. I still have bad days. Days when I sit in silence, replaying every lie, every moment I missed a sign. Nights when I wake up reaching for someone who isn't there anymore. But there's also this weird peace. Like something toxic finally left my system. I've started jogging again. Cooking for myself. I even signed up for a class, woodworking of all things. Just something to keep my hands busy while my heart sorts itself out. What did I learn? I learned that love isn't always enough. That loyalty can be one-sided. That sometimes the people we build our lives around are the ones most capable of tearing us apart. But I also learned I'm stronger than I thought. So here I am. Not healed. Not whole. But better. A little every day. And if you're going through something like this, just know you're not alone. And you will come out the other side. Maybe not the same, but maybe better. Smarter. Wiser. More you.